Hey everybody, I'm Paul. I get to share with you for day 13 of our Grace Happens devotional series. I'm excited you're joining us. If you've missed any of the other videos, be sure to head over to our Facebook page, check them out. Today's reading is Grace Happens chapter 13, which is called Bathroom Grace. And it's about grace for those bathroom moments of our lives. Now, unless you've already read Grace Happens, you probably haven't ever read a devotional with a chapter about grace for the bathroom. So don't miss this one. Make sure you take some time to read it today. Growing up, I wasn't a huge fan of my body, and I don't know that anyone really is, especially when you're going through puberty. You know, my feet, they grew way faster than the rest of my body. Actually, this is one of my shoes, and as you can tell, it's kind of large, which made it pretty heavy. And my feet grew so fast that it made me pretty clumsy. I was a really slow runner. It was tough for me to get my body to do the things I wanted it to do. It was just awkward. And so basketball, soccer, they weren't great sports for me. And I was like super skinny. I had bad acne through high school. I had this squeaky voice when it was changing, In fact, in 8th grade, if you've ever been in a choir, you know that two of the technical terms for the male voices are baritones and tenors. But this choir teacher I had when I was in 8th grade decided that she was going to refer to us instead as the boys with the changed voices and the boys with the unchanged voices. I just happened to be in the second category. So it wasn't really great for me. And I think a lot of times we talk about being human as a weakness. We say things like, I'm only human. And what we mean by that is that we're weak, we're fallible, we're flawed. It's almost like there's something wrong with us because we're human. And those things are true. We are weak, we're flawed. But we're also the only creatures on the planet that carry the image of God. And God's good design for us includes our bodies. So it was a big deal for me because of this when I started studying human biology and I learned how intricate God's plans for the human body actually are. I remember a biology teacher I had in college saying Jesus was right about our bodies. Jesus said that food can't make a person unclean. And what my teacher said was your body's just a tube with a hole at each end, and the stuff you eat passes through you, your body takes what it needs, and the stuff your body doesn't want never actually goes into your body. It just goes through that tube. The more I learned about my body, the more I learned about God. And I started to realize that He really did actually plan out our bodies in detail. None of the parts of our bodies is a mistake, and even the parts we hide, we clothe, we hide, we cover up, and tend to be ashamed of, those are part of God's plan as well. Jewish rabbis, they have prayers they recite for all kinds of things. All throughout the day, they're saying these recited prayers that they've memorized, and you guessed it, they've got one even for when they go to the bathroom. So every time they thank God for making their bodies the way that they did, and although it probably sounds strange to you, I want you to imagine for a second what it would be like if God had overlooked that part. I mean, we'd be seriously grumpy. But seriously, without a way to get rid of the waste and toxins that come into our bodies actually wouldn't last very long. And so as we look at this, we realize that God's grace is for our bodies too. Being human is not something to be ashamed of. It's something to thank God for. And when we use our bodies the way He designed them to be used, we get to experience God's grace. Using our bodies the way God designed them and even celebrating them is worship. So I want to ask you today to consider this question. How is your relationship with your body? Do you hate it? Are you trying to just limp along until you get a new body in heaven? As we get older, our bodies fall apart, they wear out. They remind us that this earth isn't our forever home. But even then, they're still good. And they're still a gift. And they still teach us about God. So today, my challenge for you is to worship God with your body. You'll be doing things with your body all day long. Maybe you'll go for a walk, you'll go to the gym, you'll work out, you'll probably eat something, at least I hope so. You'll go to the bathroom, you'll breathe in the fresh air when you walk outside. Maybe you'll work with your hands to build something. You'll type on a keyboard, you'll drive somewhere. You'll use your eyes to look at the mountains, the sky, look at your spouse or your children. You'll talk to a friend using your mouth. You'll listen with your ears. You'll give a hug or a kiss. You'll shake hands with someone you've just met. You'll hand cash or a credit card over to a cashier. You'll offer to help someone who falls, open a door. You'll run, jump, dance, sing, or laugh. You'll watch a movie, read a book, paint, write a letter. You'll sleep. You'll wake up. You'll stretch. You'll sweat. You'll sneeze. You'll catch your breath. You'll yawn. All of these things would be impossible without your body, the body that God gave you. And no matter how you feel about it, it's the only one you've got, and it's a gift. So today, pretend you're one of those rabbis. Practice praying, thanking God every time you do something with your body. Thank God for hands to type, arms to hug, lungs to breathe, eyes to see, ears to listen, a brain to think, a mouth to taste, even a digestive system to go to the bathroom. Because all of it was His idea, and it's yours because of His constant grace. Would you pray with me? Father God, we thank You for Your great wisdom in creating us the way that we did. And although we have this sort of complicated relationship with our bodies that sometimes fail us, sometimes feel ugly, sometimes we feel like we don't even fit in our own skin. God, we thank You for the way that You planned us out and gave us this great gift. And we ask that You would give us the grace, the constant grace, to use these bodies the way You designed them to be used, and to thank You for them today. Amen. Have a great day.